Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Helzie here from slimandstylish.stampingup.net. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I'm playing with the Kindest Gnomes stamp set and I am going to be creating a blended card. So I'm going to be using this little gnome here with his little lantern, and I'm going to stamp him using Memento ink because I'm going to be using my blends, and I'm going to stamp him onto a scrap piece of basic white cardstock. Once I've stamped him, I'm going to be colouring him with my blends before cutting him out and adding him to the overall card at the end. So the blends I'm using for this one are Soft Succulent, Light and Dark for his hat. Now, as I'm actually doing this ahead of time and I'm going to speed it up for you, I have done proper blending. So in quite a few of my videos, I just do a very quick colour. But when I can dedicate more time to it, I do like to do proper blending. So with this I'm using the dark, and you can see I've put it over the one side of the hat, and also I have put it on the detail of the other side, and I actually went over it twice to make it really dark. I've brought the light in and I'm using the bullet tip just to get the edges, and now you can see I'm dragging that dark colour over to the other side. So I'm going to be doing this in circles, which will help drag the colour over, and I'm going to keep going until it's nicely blended and there's 3 or 4 different shades on there. For his body, I'm going to be doing exactly the same, but I'm going to be doing it with light and dark soft suede. Once I've done that, I'm going to be doing his gloves and his shoes exactly the same way, but I'm going to be using light and dark evening evergreen. And then I'm going to do his beard with light and dark smoky slate. And then I've got his lantern. I'm going to be doing the lantern in the middle with dark saffron. I'm trying to remember ahead of time which colours I used. And I'm going to be going around the lantern with grey granite light. As you can see, I'm going to be doing the dark on all sides and colouring it over the exact same way I did the hat. I do really enjoy spending a lot more time doing the blending, and doing these videos ahead of time, speeding them up slightly and talking over the top of them after I've recorded it is a much easier way of doing it. And the reason why I've done that today is because it's a really hot day here. I think we're in the middle of a heat wave, and I wanted my fan on while I was sitting at my desk with all my lights, and I can't do a normal video and talk to you with the fan on because it's just too loud. So at the moment I'm sitting really chilled at my desk because it's sort of 10:30, 11:15 at the night, and it's gone a bit cooler. But at that time I was just sitting there being fanned. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also did petal pink, light petal pink on his nose that just sticks out just there. So once I've done that, it's proper fussy cutting all the way around the edge of him, and I've actually fussy cut on his line. So sometimes I fussy cut and I leave a gap, but this time I wanted it on the actual line, and that's what's different to the dies. If you've got the dies for this set, because it is a bundle and you can get the dies, they leave about 1 millimetre or 2's gap around the edge of the line. Because of the nature of this card, I wanted it cut smack on the line, so you can see I'm being really precise with this one. And that is the slight difference between fussy cutting and using the dies, is that you can just get a much closer cut when you're fussy cutting. For those who struggle with it, if you try and use further down the blade, you can actually rotate the scissors a lot easier and you can get in a lot closer to the image, and I find that works for me. So once I've fussy cut my gnome out, I haven't made a name for him yet actually. I didn't make a name for him the whole time we were using. I'll think of one by the end of the video. By the time I cut him out, I then started on my base cardstock. So this is a 10 centimetre by 14.3 centimetre piece, and I'm going to use the toadstool. Now I'm going to ink this again in Memento ink, and I'm going to be using the skin tone blends here. So this is the SU 1000, the SU 900, 800, 700, 600, 400, 200 and 100. And they go all the way down. They're a mixture of light pinks and darks. And the way I've lined them up on the table so that you can see how I'm using them is the SU 1000 is nearest to the toadstool, and the SU 100 is at the other very end. So you'll be able to see in which order I pick these up as to which one I'm going to be using. And then I'm going to put some grass on here using soft succulent, light and dark. And I'm also going to go around the edge of the toadstool in light and dark smoky slate, just so it pops off the page. I'm just going to add some music in while I'm colouring it, and I will see you once it's done. Once that's finished, I'm going to bring my gnome back in and I'm going to pop him up on dimensionals and add him to the scene. So it actually looks like he's walking towards his toadstool house. I'm going to pop a sentiment on the top, and I'm going to put this on using a scrap piece of cardstock again. So I'm going to just bring in my cardstock from earlier, stamp this down in Memento ink at the top, and then I'm going to chop it down, and it'll be about 1 centimetre wide, and add it to the top, just to give it a bit more dimension and a bit more detail on the card. And because the cardstock I've used is actually smaller than the card, I'm going to use some of our brand new glittery washi tape. I love this. It's in the Christmas catalogue. It's actually in the Halloween pages, and there's 4 different colours of it. There's like a yellow, there's this burnt orange, there's a greeny colour, and there's a black. They're really nice colours, and I'm going to use this one on this card. So I'm just putting it 1 centimetre from the top, and I'm using my grid paper to line that up. Put it over, wrap it round and pull it underneath so that it's stuck properly. And then I'm going to put the sentiment on top of it. I've decided to call my gnome Tony. Don't ask me why, I think he looks like a Tony. So I'm going to add Tony and his toadstool to my card, and that is pretty much the finished card. I did decide it needed a bit of embellishments, so I bought in the enamel effects in black, and I've just popped a few of those around the card just to give it a bit of texture. I do really like these, and I am using it an awful lot. My white ones almost ran out, and I've only had it about a month. I'm using it on all my cards. Thanks everybody for joining me today. I hope you've liked the project. If you have, please do give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know you are here, and subscribe for more videos. Everything I've used is available from my store, slimandstylish.stampingup.net, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thanks everybody, have a lovely day.